It's time for you to get your dose. Sex and drugs and Kris DeVold. 8 o'clock, it's time to roll. Toothpaste for people in the know. Sex and drugs, Kris DeVold. Sex and drugs and Kris DeVold.
Oh, well, my little nasties. It's Thursday night, 8 p.m. It must be another episode of Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold. Holy shit. Sassy's how I'm feeling. It's 418 episodes. Episode 418, if you know what I mean. We are slowly counting down to the 420th episode of Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold, which also happens to be the last episode of 2021. Can you believe that? 420, the 420th episode on the last day of 2021. It's going to be amazing. Thank you so much for joining the show tonight. We have an amazing one for you. Plus, we have fantastic ones lined up for the rest of the month just for you. Don't forget to like the Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold Facebook page. Don't forget to follow the Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold Instagram page. And don't forget that dastardly YouTube page. I know how you are with the YouTube. I know how you get with the YouTube. So don't forget to subscribe. Ring the bell so every time I post live content, you know it's happening. Also ring the bell on Facebook. You can ring the bell on Facebook now. You know that? Ring my bell. Just give it a try. Michael, if they ring my bell, let me know. Yeah, there you go. See? We got bells ringing here. I love it. I love it. By the way, I want to remind everybody, we will not be live next Thursday. We'll be in the Tower District, though. We will be at the Tower Theater watching Steve-O. Steve-O's coming through. We're actually going to go check out his bucket list tour. So we will be in the vicinity. Central Valley Talk. I have to be somewhere near it on a Thursday night. So we will be right there at the Tower Theater. But we will return live December 23rd for the very special Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold Christmas Spectacular. Oh, yeah, and that night, we're going to have Kurt and the Grooveberries performing live. As I understand it, they just went down to L.A. and recorded an album that they want to come tell us all about. So they're going to be here for the Christmas episode. It's going to be amazing. Always a special time. The snow's always already falling here in Fresno. It's a little chill. Actually, it is California cold. Right now, it's California cold for us. I'm not going to lie to you. I did have to wear a jacket tonight. When I wear a jacket, that's short still, but yeah. And then do not forget, the last episode of the year is going to fall on Thursday, December 30th. And oh my God, what a doozy we have for you. It's the 420 episode. It's literally the 420th episode of Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold. And I got to thank my buddy David Todd. David Todd was here one night. He was here the night Kinsey Rose performed live. I believe it was Thursday after Thanksgiving. And one of Kinsey's friends came. Very talented hip-hop artist by the name of Mars King. And David Todd will talk to anyone. If a post looks at him right, David Todd will make friends with it, all right? He's got that ability. And I hear him start pitching to this guy, you know, you should really do the 420 episode for the show. It'd be really special if you did that. And I'm like, oh my God, I can hear this coming during commercial break while I'm over here trying to do the thing with the show. And I'm like, David Todd, what are you doing? David Todd. And lo and behold, as after the show happens, Mars King's like, hey, I'd love to do the 420 episode. And it ends up it's the last episode of the year. So we're going to have Mars King in the house that night performing live. He sent me a little message asking if it was okay if he could bring food to the studio. I'm like, are we going to have some tasty treats here that night? It's going to be you know what? And you don't even have to waste your New Year's Eve. I'm not even on Fridays anymore. So you're always welcome to come down to the Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold studio, which is actually inside of the Central Valley Talk. It's more of just a Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold table at centralvalleytalk.com. But you're always welcome down here. And since we're going to have live music the next 2 Thursdays, come on down. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Now, we weren't here. We had to take time off. We took time off. What did we do? Was it Thanksgiving, right? No?
You did before.
No, we did that before. What did we take off for? Was it trans-side? Oh, that's right. Before we even get into that, let's go ahead and go down this road. Tonight It is the first to us. It is the first Friday on the air of December, which you know what that means. We have another arousing, stimulating edition of Sex Education with Mrs. S. She's here. She's live in the studio. I see her right there. It's going to happen in a little bit. She says she's brought she's scraped the underbelly of the internet once again for us. I better her Google search history than mine, all right? And then also coming up around the 8:30 mark, out of Atlanta, Georgia, we have comedian Kendra Crump coming on the show. I share the show in many groups on the Facebook, as the young kids say, and she picked up on it. So we're going to have Kendra on around the 8:30 mark. Stay tuned for that. And then tonight, later on in the show, we'll get Liggity Lindsay up here. Shit, we got Mrs. S in the house. We are going to talk about, shout out to Shane. We're about to do our thing right now, just for you, Shane. Later on in the show, we're going to talk about restaurants or fast food places that people love, that they swear by, that somehow you just don't like. Do you have any like that? Now, let's go ahead and get down like this, all right? Fresno Medical Delivery, all right? Fresno Medical Delivery here for all your THC, CBD needs in the Fresno Clovis area. Free delivery, Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Yeah, that's right. And they'll come bring it to you. Even products for your dogs. Help them out. You can check them out at FresnoMedicalDelivery.com, or you can hit them up at 559-355-8460, 559-530. BUDS Buds, and they even have some awesome gear. If you can get your hands on it, it is exclusive. And then I also wanted to talk about, let me talk about this for a little bit. We actually put in an order. I always talk about them on the show. Angel Face 559 Munchies and Mask. Yeah, actually recommended by our good friend who's in the audience right now. Shane, come back. Shane, come back. Like he's never heard that fucking joke probably. It's like he probably hates that fucking joke. We had to read that book in school. Did you ever have to read Shane?
Yes.
And then our teacher eventually showed us the movie.
We didn't get to watch the movie.
We got to watch the movie after we saw Shane. And then there was, don't even get me started. Teachers loved making us read that one. I think that was like on a required reading. Anyways, we're getting off topic. Angel Face Munchies and Mask, man, they do it all. They do it all, literally. We had some of their salsa via our good buddy Shane. He hooked us up with some of the salsa, and it was badass. And then we waited, and we're like, it's the holiday season. I certainly ain't gonna make some tamales right now, but we wanted some pork tamales, so we went ahead and went through them. They got everything. They got mini pies, cheesecakes, mini cheesecakes, enchiladas, casseroles, oblondigas, pozole, chicken soup, menudo, beef stew, tamales, beef, pork, or chicken, egg rolls, cooked, frozen chicken Alfredo. Hit them up, Angel's Face 559 Munchies and Mask. The best way to do it, text message. Get in your order. They usually do delivery for $5 in the Fresno Clovis area. 559-704-6169. 559-704-6169. We got tamales coming, don't we?
Yes, and I can't wait.
I cannot wait. We got Tamale Sunday coming. It's going to be a big day in the fucking DeVold manor, man. And it's sad when you're that excited. I'm just so excited. By the way, shout out to Boston House of Pizza, always doing the Lord's work. Especially I always like to highlight them in December because that's my Christmas Eve tradition is always going to get some Boston House. Now I just don't have to drive down to friggin' Hanford or Lemoore to pick it up on Christmas Eve. I just go to the, the southwest corner of Cedar and Hearn in the same parking lot as Teriyaki Don and Bad Buds to kind of help you out. Go in there, tell them Sex Drugs Kris DeVold sent you, and if you're a college student and you're watching the show, go in there with your ID, you can get a large one topping for $10.99. Don't tell them I told you about, okay, tell them I told you about the deal, okay? Get on it, all right? Yes, so, Thanksgiving. Oh, Lindsay, how was Thanksgiving?
So good. Kill the turkey.
So full. Kill the turkey. We were so full. And I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out right now. KFC, the Colonel. Can you believe that I would actually praise the Colonel on a fried turkey? Yes, we did. So what happened was it 2 years ago? The Thanksgiving was it, was it the one Thanksgiving before? I sound like an old man. Let's just put it this way. We did Chef Paul's fried turkey. Chef Paul's. Downtown Fresno. Nationally known Chef Paul's. So we figured we're doing Thanksgiving in our pad this year. We'll hit up good old Chef Paul, see what's up with the fried turkey. They're like, yeah, I don't think he's doing it this year. And I was like, you know what? It was a big production when we went in there a few years ago. You got to keep the staff there. I totally understand. There's got to be somewhere I get a deep fried turkey. So we start calling around. Nowhere. There were places, there was even one guy in Clovis that was like, yeah, I did them last year. I'm not doing them this year. I'm just going to do smoked turkeys. So I'm like, okay. We're not going to find one. And then I always know that KFC does one. But I'm a little leery. It's KFC. It's the Colonel. I don't want a fried turkey tasting like the KFC chicken on the... I mean, maybe that's fine for some people. I want the turkey flavor and that's fried turkey. So apparently they do these Cajun fried turkeys, which also made me a little nervous. I'm like, how Cajun is this going to be? I love the spice, but I ain't trying to jack up everybody else's Thanksgiving as they eat this damn thing. So they only had certain ones in town that did it. I paid in advance. I actually ordered this bad boy back in October. It was a 12 to 15 pounder. They must have had just a fryer allocated for these big bad birds because I didn't taste a lick of KFC on that motherfucker. I could have had that from any restaurant in town, and no, but you could just lied and been like, oh yeah, it's from our kitchen. I didn't know it was any KFC in that shit, but it was amazing. Lindsay, how did you rate it? It was good, right?
Oh, I loved it.
Now, Mrs. S, I don't want to talk too much to you because you're off mic. Maybe when we get you on here. You guys do a bacon wrap turkey, do you not?
Yes, I do a bacon wrap turkey.
And the only thing I can really say is I love smoked turkey and I love me some deep fried turkey, but I think the only other way you gonna get me is with the damn they wrap the whole thing. I see the pictures in my Facebook stream every year. When I saw the pictures this year, it literally made me go, oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, did you see their picture? She had already seen it. Yeah, I saw it earlier. I was like, oh, I forget they do that. That's amazing. We will have to talk about that when you're up here. We won't waste too much time. We'll have to talk about it. And by the way, we were supposed to take Mama DeVold to Trans-Siberian Orchestra. COVID don't like the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. COVID don't like a lot of things. We don't usually say the C word on here. C word we usually say is cunt. I got a 5 cunt minimum, that's 2. See how that works? We usually don't say the COVID word on here, but we didn't get to take Mama DeVold to Trans-Siberian Orchestra. But man, am I gonna look like the perfect son next winter on a date to be determined, because I'm not trading in those tickets, Mama DeVold. We're taking you next winter. Just give it about 12 months and you're gonna be seeing the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So me and Linkety Lindsay here, we're about to run out of time. I'll tell you this real quick. Me and Linkety Lindsay, you know how you have your hopes up to go out? Like we were going to go out. We were ready to go out.
I was ready.
I was like, we were actually going to go out. But now we don't get to go out. Oh, we still went out, my little nasties. We went over to the Red Wave Inn. It was Thursday night, and if you know anything about the Red Wave Inn here in Fresno, California, you know that is taco night. Yeah, crunchy taco night, man. And they make a mean chicken and rice burrito. Tell Raquel we said hi. Tell Sarah we said hi. Tell Anna and Maria. Tell the whole family that Sex Drugs Kris DeVold sent you in, because when you get in there, you're going to love it. 90 million beers on tap, sodas for the non-drinkers, full menu. Oh, baby, how was it?
Oh, God. So good. I'm all going back now. Don't take me back.
Don't take me back to the Red Wave Inn. Anyways, here we go. Sex Drugs Kris DeVold, SexValleyTalk.com. When we come back after the break, by the way, later we got comedian out of Atlanta, Kendra Crump will be on the show. But after this, it's the first Friday of the month to us. So that means Sex Education with Mrs. S. Slide the knob. Did I say Thursday, Friday? Fuck.
JKH Career Coaching and Consulting, creating solutions in career planning, development, training, and placement. Contact Jackie Kennedy Harris at JKH Career Coaching and Consulting at jkhccc.com or call 559-307-7712.
It's time for you to get your dose. Sex and drugs and Kris DeVold. drugs, Kris DeVold. Sex and drugs and Kris DeVold.
Nasty, SentimentallyTalk.com, YouTube and Facebook Live. You're watching Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold, episode 418, if you know what I mean. Hopefully you refilled the weed bowl, the cereal bowl. Hopefully you got yourself another beer. Maybe you got chocolate milk. If I had chocolate milk, I'd be blowing bubbles in mine.
Who's Bubbles?
One day we will find out, but not tonight, not this Thursday night. It's been pointed out to me, I was saying Friday a couple of times earlier. It's really hard to not say Friday. When it's always been Friday. I don't know if I had that problem when I switched to Tuesdays. Anyways, to us, it is the first Thursday of the month here since I wasn't here last Thursday. And you know what that means? Oh my God, we get another arousing, stimulating edition of Sex Education with Mrs. S! Mrs. S, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
First, I'm great. First off, how was Thanksgiving to you and Mr. S?
Thanksgiving was great. It was a small Thanksgiving, but we still had our huge bacon-wrapped turkey.
Oh man, that's what I wanted to bring up. It's a bacon-wrapped turkey. How hard is that to do?
Well, I've had years and years of practice, so not that hard anymore. There's a trick to it.
Who taught? Real quick before we get to this trick, who taught you this? Who brought this into your life?
My dad. It was a tradition with my dad. It was you don't want to keep opening the oven to baste the turkey. It dries it out. So throw some bacon on there, and you have continuous basting.
I've never had a turkey that's been wrapped in bacon ever in my life, and you can honestly tell the difference from the first bite, right? Not to mention
Yes.
you get all that crispity crunchy.
Oh, and the
bacon.
gravy is amazing.
Oh, that's right, because you're gonna have all the bacon.
Oh.
Oh, that's I didn't even think of the gravy. The gravy possibilities are endless.
And honestly, you can't come to my house and eat Thanksgiving dinner if you are a vegetarian or vegan because there's literally bacon and or sausage in everything.
There's nothing you're gonna get to have. There's nothing you're gonna get to have that won't make you go against your own beliefs at
I
Mrs.
am
S's Thanksgiving.
out to kill people through heart attacks
That's
at
what I'm talking
Thanksgiving.
about. Yes. It's once a year. It's a celebration of eating. How could you not like that? Now, Mrs. S, we've dragged you here tonight. We bring you in the first Thursday of every month. The first Thursday of every month, to do Sex Education with Mrs. S. We weren't here last Thursday, so thank you so much for coming in tonight. Now, in case you don't know, some people always ask, Mrs. S, what makes you so qualified to do this shit? Tell them.
Well, I used to be the night manager at a local adult store.
Let that sink in, my little nasties. The night manager at an adult bookstore. No, just adult store. Was it a bookstore?
Well, they
Had everything.
Yeah, we pretty much had everything, but they called at the time they called it.
Remember they used to always call them like adult bookstores,
Yeah.
and you go in and there's like dildos,
It's like-
incense.
It's like there's every.
videos.
If you can stick it in you, we
got
sell it.
Oh, we got it, and it might be on sale or on special.
Right?
You don't know. Now, Mrs. S, let me go ahead and shut my big fat yapper. What have you come with us? Whoa. Nobody coming with anyone here. Everybody, let's calm it down.
Yeah.
What have you brought us this evening? Let's try
So
that.
I have brought you dildos galore today.
Oh, dildos galore! Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. I bet Michael, I bet you didn't know tonight was dildos galore. Oh, you know what? Michael does get the emails before me. He might have had
he
might
might-
have had a dildos galore hint.
So our first story comes out of Georgia. Let's see. Is it the one up there right now? Nope. Oh, no, I didn't send that one to you. My
Oh,
bad.
Don't
Okay.
worry. She's got it right here.
So one of my favorite joke sayings on the internet is anything can be a dildo if you're brave enough.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, it turns out that
Living that life.
Lauren Hunter DeMann from Georgia is very brave.
Okay. Oh, I don't want to. This ain't the type of Harry Potter bravery I think you're talking about here.
No, this is not.
What kind of bravery is this?
So one morning, they all live in a trailer in Georgia, and everybody's just chilling out. You got one person on one side of the trailer. You got mom and kid in the living room hanging out.
It's a nice scene, it sounds like.
Lauren's got her own room, and suddenly The quiet is just shattered by the sound of a gunshot.
Oh! Okay.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay. What?
Oh my god.
So-
Dangerous.
So, what the mom is not the mom of the person, but the mom and kid that live there are in the living room, and they say their roommate Lauren comes running, limping out of the bedroom, asking them to please call 911. And then goes back into the room. Oh, okay, we've got mystery. We've got a gunshot.
Gunshot. Roommate coming out yelling, call 911. Running back to the room.
So the cops show up, and the paramedics have already been there, and they emerge from the back room with Miss Lauren. Cops are like, what's going on?
What did you do, little
Well-
Lauren?
She had managed to shoot herself in the vagina after taking her roommate's gun and using it as a sex toy.
Oh!
Gotta put the safety on first, woman.
Okay.
I'm just
First
kidding.
off,
Right?
over there.
Always
First off,
Good.
yes, if you are
Good.
gonna, these are words I never thought I'd utter on 418 episodes and 8 years of the show.
If you're gonna bang yourself with a gun, put the safety
Yeah, if
on.
you're gonna masturbate with a firearm, make sure the safety's on. That's Guns 101. But you're fucking yourself with a gun?
Bro.
This is some next level shit, Mrs. S.
So they haven't. The cops are just sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? We have a woman who's been penetrated way too deep. We have a gun. Okay, this gun doesn't belong to you, ma'am. Where did you get it? All of a sudden, her story changes, and she's like, well, me and my roommate were messing around with the gun, and it went off, and he's the one that shot me. So they have to go and wake the roommate up. Somehow the roommate has managed to sleep through all of this.
This is first off, how do you sleep through it?
Hold on, what kind of gun was it?
It was
Is
a
this-
9mm.
Oh
9mm?
wow,
9mm.
9mm. I thought you were gonna be like it was a sawed off.
No.
It's a straight up
So
sawed
the
off.
roommate comes out. He's like, no, I've been asleep the whole time. Lauren, what have I told you about doing your chatterbait videos in that?
Stop it!
So she was
What the fuck?
Stop it!
actually webcamming at the time.
So she was webcamming.
At the time it went off.
Who pays that much, and you get her to put the gun in her vajayjay
Without the safety.
without the safety?
This is Georgia. Like everybody,
Come on now.
like you're born with a gun. You should
Like
know
you own
basic,
a gun your whole
basic gun
life. You
safety.
know, put that safety on
know,
before you
gotta
put it up your
safety
cooter.
on. Shit,
You
I
know.
put it up
I
on
cannot believe the first story you come out with is it's a banger. I'm not gonna lie, it's a
She
banger.
did live. Unfortunately, the local hospital was not equipped to take care of this kind of wound. So,
Yeah.
on top of all of this, she ends up getting airlifted from Macon to Atlanta.
Wait a minute, I believe that's where our comedian Kendra comes from tonight.
Oh, we're gonna have to ask her
We might
about
have
this.
to ask her about this. Did you hear about a woman that had a gunshot wound to her vagina?
Dude, that's so
Her hoo-ha?
It's like you're so. Y'all don't have a carrot or something?
Right.
Can you imagine being the doctor on duty in the hospital that can't help the woman with the blown out pussy? Like you're like, I went to medical school, but we can't work on this thing. We can't work on this thing. Eric, you got to airlift her to Georgia. Yeah, get her to Atlanta.
It's just
I can't work on this pussy. Fucking just all blown out. It's like, that's more than stitches. What stitches could do.
That is a horrifying blowout.
That is a horrifying blowout. You want to talk about seeing like porn stars blown out? This is a whole different thing. All right,
All right.
Mrs. S. All right.
So, we already have anything can be a dildo, but I'm going to see that and raise you a dildo can be anything if you try hard enough.
fucking horrible.
What the fuck's going on?
So, our next story, and I love the look on the bus driver's face in this story.
Okay. We got a bus driver.
What the fuck?
So, a man walks onto a bus.
Okay.
Oh, this joke already is.
Normal day. I'm walking on the people walking on the bus. Normal
And
day.
this is in West Russia, so they have a
Oh,
scan.
no.
They have a handheld scanner the bus driver holds, and you scan your bus card across it.
Okay, that's
Seems
pretty cool.
simple. So, man gets on the bus.
Okay.
scan your pass.
Scan the
So
pass.
whips out a dildo with it's got a lay on it. It's ridiculous, and swipes the dildo. Nothing happens, and the bus driver is really, really, really confused. She's like, can you try that again? Or you'll have to try your card again.
Yeah, I'll try my card again. Oh, man, look at that. Yeah, you're right. Look at that bus driver's face. Is that a...
But she asks him, please swipe your
Swipe your cock
card
again.
ag-
Your
So
card
he-
again. I meant your
So
card.
he re-swipes it, and this time, ding, it pays.
What?
What the
The dildo paid for the man's bus fare?
Yes.
It's a very kind and dildo, but what the hell is that about?
I cannot.
So, Sergei Korahinsky, because I'm not even going to try and pronounce the...
Sergey.
So, Sergei decided that he was bored with regular old credit cards, so he was going to get crafty. You know how they all have the little chips in them now?
Oh, yeah.
So he's taken the chip out of his card and put it in a dildo.
Okay.
And with his bank, he can make up to $1,000 or 1,000 ruble purchases without entering a PIN. So his new thing is to go around his town in Russia to see what he can get away with. Sir, your bill is due. Hold on, let me
is
whip out
that-
my cock. Ding ding.
Here, let me pay with my dick.
Let me pay with my dick.
Oh, something all guys have probably
My
wanted to
dick
do
ain't
once in their
nothing.
life, and pay for a purchase with their cock. I mean, if I could, one time, just let me pay for this with my dick.
But
Dick game off the chain, you can pay for shit.
Right? But the best thing about this is what has this bus driver seen where the guy swipes a dick
Oh, yeah,
across
bus
the
driver's
meter
like-
and she's like, "Sir, you're gonna have to swipe."
Didn't take, swipe
Yeah.
again. Didn't take, swipe again. Mrs. S, I don't want to rush you, but what else do you have for us? That's horrible, by the way, and you know what I'm going to try to pay with when I get. Anyways, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
The last is just a picture that I thought everyone would appreciate it. I found it a few years ago, and I found it again. Unfortunately, they censored it, but a porn star a few years back made a life-size replica of Darth Vader entirely out of sex toys.
I believe I kind of remember this, and this is worth revisiting. That is a work of art.
That is truly
yeah,
a
no,
work
that
of
is
art.
art.
But I thought with the dildo theme tonight, we had to bring
wouldn't you?
back. I guess would that be?
Dildo dong Darth Vader. I don't know what to call
I don't
him.
know. I think that would be Darth Dong's
That is
mortal
literally,
enemy.
that is probably.
That is Darth Dong's enemy.
That is Dark Dog's enemy. I mean, look at this. And you know what's funny? Your kids want to run up and have fun with that, and then as you get closer, you're like, wait a minute.
Darth
Wait a minute.
Vader, no.
Darth Vader looks a little.
But
fucked
it's
up.
fully function. Like every vibrator on there works.
Oh, well, you got it.
They can.
Hilarious.
I cannot believe that.
Can you-
Well, how about this? We're going to take a break. You're going to hang out. You're going to come
Yes.
back a little later. Mrs. S. Oh. That's a lot to chew on, and the audience has had a lot to fucking
a lot to
chew
chew
on. I don't want to say that.
Really?
Mrs. S., we'll work out the date. You're going to come back next month and blow our minds just as this?
I am.
I'm masturbating with the gum. We're going to have Atlanta-based comedian Kendra Crump coming up right after the break, live via Zoom. And we're going to have to ask her about this blown out vagina thing.
Right? I want to know.
How rare we have a
know.
story from Mrs. S. We're actually going to have to get to ask someone from that city and see if they heard about it. How about this? Slide the knob. We will be back.
Aqua Nails Spa is the most luxurious nails and spa salon in Fresno and Clovis. Our staff are friendly, courteous, and highly skilled. Come in and let us pamper you. Located at 1398 Shaw Avenue in Clovis, California, on the southwest corner of Shaw and Sunnyside. Also located at 1850 Herndon Avenue, Suite 111 in Clovis, California.
O'clock, it's time to roll. It's time for you to get your dose. Sex and drugs and Kris DeVold. 8 o'clock, it's time to roll. To a place for people in the know. Sex and drugs, Kris DeVold. Sex and drugs and Kris DeVold. Come on by and get your dose. Have a drink, have a smoke. It's time for you to get your dose. Sex and drugs and Kris DeVold. 8 o'clock, it's time to roll. To a place for people in the know. Sex and drugs, Kris DeVold. Sex and drugs and Kris DeVold.
My little nasties, welcome back to Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold, episode 418, if you know what I mean. Thank you for watching on SensualValleyTalk.com. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching on Facebook Live now. We have something very special coming to you. Oh my God, all the way from across the country. I am very proud to welcome her very first appearance on Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold, hopefully the first of many. Please welcome to the show, comedian Kendra Crumb! Kendra, welcome to Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold. How are you doing?
I had to turn my volume down. I
know.
didn't
That'll be
realize.
I should have. You know what? I warned everybody I yell at first, and I forgot to do that. I'm so sorry. She's like, damn it, my damn eardrum.
It's okay. Listen, it's okay. You're good. You're good. I'm lovely. I ain't pimp slap nobody. How you feeling? How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Real quick, where are you? Tell everybody where you were out of tonight.
Born and raised in Atlanta. I've been here since I was 0. When's the last time you've been out here to ATL?
Oh, I have never been to the ATL. I need to get out there. I think I'd fare well in the ATL, and I didn't even mean to rhyme that. I think I would do well out there.
Oh, okay. Well, you a rapper. Okay.
No, I didn't even rhyme. I didn't even know. Now I'm damn freestyling with damn Kendra Crump. I didn't know it. That damn
You
it,
know what?
Kendra.
It's cool. Just don't come in the summertime because you're not going to survive out here because that humidity is.
All right.
It's
Now,
a good time to come now, but it's very cold. So I know, like California. You're in California, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, y'all don't do nothing below 60 degrees. So I understand.
Yeah, it's true. It's like it's 54 tonight, and we are losing our minds. I'm like, man, it's kind of cold right now,
We're about the same temperature. Okay. All right.
Real quick, Kendra, we got to ask you. We did a segment earlier called Sex Education with Mrs. S, and it ends up that Mrs. S had a story about a woman that had, and I'm just gonna say, she was masturbating with a gun and had shot herself in her own vagina, and she had to be airlifted to Atlanta, Georgia. Did you hear anything about this? Do you know anything about this story? We just want to ask a local.
That story sounds as crazy as a woman who was on a plane from New York to Atlanta breastfeeding a cat. No, I don't. I try to stay from that level of stupidity, man. What in the what? With a gun?
With a gun. That's what I'm saying.
What type of crap is that? Like, women be finding weird stuff to be like, masturbating with, man. It'd be like, well, whatever happens to just your fingers. This is free. You ain't gotta buy all that extra stuff.
Right. We had Leslie in the comments mention the old hairbrush. Ladies, is that a real one? Is that a real one, the hairbrush? No?
Yeah, those women are a little bit more advanced than I am, will ever be. I don't know, I feel like there's a chemical imbalance in their brain. No offense to it. I don't care. But like stuff like that to me is off the wall crazy. Stuff like that to me is like you honestly need some help. I'm just keeping it real.
Now, Kendra, I gotta ask you, you have, and we actually have the link, I've been posting it on Sex Drugs Kris DeVold page. You have a YouTube page that everybody needs to go like and subscribe, ring the bell, so when she does new content or anything, you know about it. Kendra, how long have you been messing around in the comedy game?
2016, started via Snapchat, and at the time, my comedy was like Lil' Kim's hardcore album, which here's a fun fact, I wrote some of her lyrics, but we've been beefing since the 90s, so I said, if you don't put my name on those credits, I'm gonna keep telling folks that you look like a character from Saw.
There you go. That is the shit. Now, the one that got me, it was the one you actually sent me. You had sent me a video, and I showed it to my wife here, and it was about the ladies being on their periods and helping their guys out with maybe.
That's right.
Yeah. Would you expand on that in case people haven't seen the video? Would you just
of course, it's got 42,000 and counting. By the time this airs, it's gonna have 66,000.
Hey, that's what we want to get it to. Come on now.
So it's about basically women. There's nothing wrong with throating a guy, especially a person that you really like, even if he pays you or not. I don't know, whatever you like.
It's like whatever you got set up.
Yes, and especially I'm saying, like, you eat up all the food, you're complaining, at least help him out with that. Listen, it lowers your blood pressure. You have a good day, makes your skin. That's why you look about 20 years old, because your wife has been doing her job.
No, that's true. That's actually, wow. It's almost like I'm getting a reading, like a psychic reading too. That's very true.
Exactly. So with that, like I said, with that being said, I think it's one of those things where women just need to do that. That should be a part of their womanly duties, I think. You don't have to do it every day, but if you want to every day, do it 3 times a day. Why not? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, a couple times for snack. Help them out, man.
America, God shed his grace. You are preaching the words that people want to hear, or that men want to hear. Kendra, how is the comedy scene? And I know it's, and I never like to say, I know I say female comedian sometimes. It's just comedian. How is the comedy scene? But it's different for ladies in the comedy game. I really feel it is. I really feel that sometimes it's, oh yeah, she's funny for a girl comedian or female comedian. I've heard guys say that, and I'm like, what the fuck? If you laugh, you laugh, right? How is the scene out there for you? How's the comedy scene out there for you?
It's cool. It's, male dominated. They want you. Man, I learned that, because I perform currently right now at black clubs. So I want to go to a white club because I feel like they'll actually listen to me. Black folks, they don't really care. Black clubs, if you talk about sex, it's the only time a guy will get you keep their attention. I'm like, bro, come on now, you think that's what I am? Right. But they don't care if the man's just talking about their balls, like, oh yeah, let's all listen because we're talking about our balls. I'm like, bro, wow, okay,
that's a good point.
It's cool, man, it's cool.
Now, where would you say most and it's funny because you do like sometimes even like little blurbs. Where does it come from for you? Is it just real life experience, things that you go, man, this is absurd? Where do you draw from?
Very much real life experiences. It's never a dull moment in my life. I can always talk about whatever. Like I've had this one couple or half a couple. It's always the man. It's never the woman.
Right.
Who approached me via social media about trying to be in a poly relationship, and he lived in Texas. And I'm like, oh, sir, how's this supposed? Because I ask a lot of questions, right? I'm gonna be the bottom bitch, okay? I'm number one. I'm not last. I don't care. He's like, oh, we're married. Oh, that means y'all gotta get divorced. And when y'all get divorced, then we can all be a part of this.
Right.
I'm coming as a side chick. Where we gonna all sleep? What type of bed do you have? You have a California king bed, okay? I need to know these things. Can I whoop your kid or can I not whoop the kid? Because we're all part of a happy family. That's what it is.
Those are real questions that nobody thinks about with that shit.
You know what? He got so shooketh that he left. He came back 2 months later. He's like, hey, I kind of miss talking to you. I said, oh man, I thought child support called your name and you went to jail or something because I ain't heard from you.
Right.
And so with that being said, he said, well, I just thought you were just asking questions in general, not really interested in the poly relationship. I said, I am interested, but if I'm signing my life over, I like to know some stuff. Okay. And then he blocked me. What you blocked me for?
That is, it was too real. That wasn't a little fantasy he had in his head. He's like, I don't know, Sheikah, with my kids. I don't know if I could talk to my wife about this. Can I divorce my wife for this side piece? I don't know if I could do.
I don't even, you know what? I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't even think I think that he was trying to do a test dummy. I think he never was poly in the first place, and he was just trying to see. Because typically, people who are poly, they are very open and honest.
Right?
Typically, but he wasn't. He lied about a lot.
I remember I had a friend who was a swinger, and I didn't realize he was a swinger until we were out at a bar one night, and one of their friends, they'd brought like 2 other friends with them, 2 ladies. So it was like his woman and 2 other ladies. And I saw him lean over and kiss one of the other ladies on the lips. And somebody had told me in the bar that, oh yeah, you hang out with him. Yeah, he's a swinger, right? And he was like, later in the night, he's like, hey man, you want to come back to our pad and party? I was all, wait a minute. I don't want to see your dick tonight, man. And he laughed so hard. And then I was almost insulted because it was like he had no intentions of using me that way, but I wanted to warn him. I don't want to see your dick tonight if I'm going to your pad for after drinks. Have you ever ended up? Has anybody else ever approached you online for anything weird like that?
I mean, besides asking for feet pictures, I make them pay. I had one person who wanted me in stockings. I said, sure, send me some money. Why I gotta pay for that? Sir, this is for your sexual gratification.
Right?
Why else do you think? But other than that, it's only been 2. One of them came from Florida. And this is typically, like I said, the poly thing. I asked him, I said, okay, so how's this supposed to work? Am I coming out there? You coming out here? Well, I don't know. I guess we haven't figured that out yet. So you mean to tell me you're just randomly sending messages to women and just hope that they catch it? And, but I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to keep it all the way real with you. I have this fantasy, this bucket list thing where I don't really go to the bar or club, but I have this fantasy where I want to be at the bar and I have a couple like send me drinks over and they like say, oh, it came from them. I want to try that. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. This looks fun. Don't know how, but then again, if they look like a squirrel with a trash bag wrapped around their head, it's not going to work. It's not going to go far. You can't look like Mongoose Piss and expect me to try to deal with you. Okay. You just cannot.
Man, that is fantastic. If you're just tuning in, man, you got the ladies here rolling in the feet pics. I know, ladies, what is it? That happens a lot, does it, ladies? You hit a chord, and I've heard it from other ladies. The feet pic damn thing is real. Y'all, I mean,
as long as you got money, I'll send them out to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you the feet pic.
I had something that just came across my mind. That just really came across my mind. I had this one guy who wanted me to take a picture of my pubic hair. He said he was so horny his girlfriend was not giving him none, so he wanted to get a picture of my pubic hair. Let me tell you what type of business I do. I only deal with single people. That's what I do because I don't have time to play with the big man upstairs. I'm not having God come down and strike me. So I said, listen, when you break up with your woman, then you can get some a vagina, pubic hair picture. And he said, okay, well listen, I'm okay now, but I'll still send you $5 for just your appreciation. He never sent it to me. I wish I can remember his name because he told me not to air him out, but he never paid me. So I wish I can remember his name. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna talk about him on my podcast because that's what I do.
Now, Kendra, you have the YouTube. You're also on IG. You're also on Instagram, correct?
Correct.
Where can we find you?
That's it. The Kendra Crumb Show with a Y. Boom. So D is in the KYNDRA. CRU. M is in Mary, P's and Paul. Boom. Show SHOW. Not so with no money sign. Michael's I'm not no fake ass ASAP Rocky. Okay, that's all I have to say.
I love it. Now, Kendra, let's do this. I always like to do something. I want to thank you. She's in Atlanta right now, hours ahead of us. And you know what sucks is sometimes we have musicians on the show, guests, and sometimes they're like, man, that guy talked a lot. Kind of cut me off a few times. I had certain things I wanted to mention, and shit, I didn't even really get to say them. I stayed up for this shit. So how about this? Plus, an internet television hour is very hard to fill. So for the next 60 seconds, I'm going to shut my big fat yapper. I got a stopwatch here, okay? I'm not going to say anything. And I'm going to turn the reins over to this damn jargonaut over to you. Because for the next 60 seconds, it's no longer sex, drugs, and Kris DeVold. Oh, no. It is now sex, drugs, and Kendra Crumb!
All right. So, yes, guys, I first want to say, ladies, if you have a very big clit, stop asking for a head because nobody's going to suck that dick, man. That's number one. Number two, you know what else isn't going to get sucked? If you have an inchworm penis, sir, like you want me to thumb that? Is there a reason as to why you've had the audacity to pull it out? Okay. Thirdly, men, I need you guys, if you want us to go down on you, can you make sure, because we probably want want to do a little extra credit with some ball action, but I don't need your booty to stink, okay? It smells like the Great Depression. I need for you to get it together. I please need for you to get it together, because you know the extra credit. I need for you to do that. And quit touching my head, okay? Stop doing that. Unless you are a beautician, do not put your hands on my head. Just enjoy it. Put your hands behind on the back of your head. That's all I have to say about that. I'm just saying. And last thing I will like to say, because I feel like my 60 seconds is coming up to an end. Listen, I want you to give me head while I roll your blunt, and I will throat you while you smoke. There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, holy shit. We are going to have you on again. Obviously, we never want to keep you up this late past your bedtime. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Kendra Crumb! Outstanding. You have definitely made some new fans here. We are going to have to keep connecting with you. Post a bunch of your shit on the Sex Drugs Kris DeVold page. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Kendra.
Thank you. And you're more than welcome to come on my podcast anytime, because I love your energy.
We need to make this happen. We will make it happen. In the meantime, get some sleep. Thank you for staying up past your bedtime. And we can't thank you enough for coming on the show, girl.
Thank you so much. Y'all be good. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.
Yeah. Hey, coming up after the break, we're going to talk about fast food restaurants and places you love that possibly other people just tend to hate, like us. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be back after this.
Have dents or dings that need to be removed from your car? Well, look no further. Here at Say Magnifique, we offer paintless dent repair, interior repair, windshield repair, wheel repair, scratch, and automotive touch-ups. A new headlight restoration system guaranteed to never have your headlights dull again. Say Magnifique is a mobile business, and we'll come to you. Reasonable rates guaranteed. Don't hesitate to call 559-704-7525. That's 559-704-7525. Say Magnifique, your one-stop auto body shop.
It's time for you to get your dose. Sex and drugs and Kris DeVold. 8 o'clock, it's time to roll. To a place for people in the know. Sex and drugs, Kris DeVold. Sex and drugs and Kris DeVold.
Well, my little nasty, how cold in the Central Valley Talk.com studio. Welcome back to Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold, episode 418. I want to thank Kendra Crump for coming on the show. So very funny. I will be appearing on her podcast soon. Date to be determined. Fantastic.
She's great.
Had you ladies rolling,
She was
correct?
great. I loved her.
She was hitting all the spots. I loved it. But now I wanted to kind of, with the last little bit of Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold we have left. By the way, just quick reminder, we will not be live next Thursday. Although you may see me and Liggity Lindsay walking around the tower. We better make it through this show.
We will.
Okay.
We will.
Because
It's
Hobo
Steve-O.
Johnson was the
We're probably
great...
gonna see his dick at some point.
was my
so.
greatest defeat. Hobo Johnson was my greatest defeat that damn show because we drank too much. We get excited when we go out.
Here's the word. We were sloppy.
Oh
That
man,
was.
I
We
was
were-
like,
no,
I just
seriously,
woke
we
up at
were-
home. I was like, hey, I'm back at home,
were
and I
a
looked
hot
and I had
mess. It
Uber
was-
receipts in my email. But we will be here in the tower for Steve-O next Thursday. But we will return December 23rd with the Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold Christmas Spectacular. Kurt and the Grooveberry is going to be performing live in the studio that night. Oh, and then also the last episode of 2021 will be episode 420. The 420th episode. Live in the studio that night. It will be a party. We will have Mars King in the house, his whole crew. He's actually sponsoring the episode. He's taken over the studio. All thing will be Mars King. I understand he has clothing line, all sorts of stuff going on. It's going to be a big blowout. Plan to be here. Come on down for the, I understand 2 days before Christmas. Maybe you're like, I don't want, but come on, the day before New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. Come on down to the studio. Have some fun. Catch some live music. Now, Mrs. S, I'm glad you hung out. Got my wife, Liggity Lindsay, here. We're bringing up people and to talk about this, okay? And maybe you have some places. Let me get back in the live chat. And maybe you have places that people love to eat at. They swear by these places. But you don't like them so much. As a matter of fact, you perhaps despise them. Can I start with mine? And I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Chick-fil-A.
That's mine too. That's one of them.
Can I tell you this? And I guess I've had it 3 times in my life. I had it once when it first opened in Fresno over by the In-N-Out, North Blackstone. It was with my Aunt Betty. I really don't remember it. I don't remember if it was good or bad. I don't remember being impressed by it.
It just exists.
Yeah. And then, actually, you know what? I guess that was my first time having it because I didn't have it another time except with you.
Yeah, so you only
And
twice.
so
same
I
with
had
me.
it.
I've only had it
We
twice.
were in Las Vegas. This was Las Vegas, October 2020. The way things timed out our first night there, we didn't really get to eat where we wanted to eat. So things just didn't work out. But there was a Chick-fil-A in the Golden Nugget. And we had to keep passing it on the way to our room. And we were so tired after what we had done. I was like, I cannot believe that I am going to say this, but I'm going to say that let's get Chick-fil-A. And
I agreed.
She's like, yeah, I really don't like it either. I said, but you know what? Let's give it a chance.
Let's give it a chance. Maybe it's been
we're
a
here
while.
in Vegas, and we're super fucking hungry. We are so hungry.
Yeah.
So we each got a big old fat chicken sandwich. I remember I asked for some ranch sauce, and the guy looked at me like I was crazy. But
I got a honey mustard.
anyways, and then we get up to the room. Now, mind you, we're hungrier than shit, okay?
We had the fries too.
And I start eating this sandwich, and I'm going hard on it, and I'm about halfway through it, and I'm looking at Liggity Lindsay, and I'm like,
It was like,
you know what? This shit sucks. This still sucks. I said, it's only my second time having this, and it's just as bad as the other time I had it.
At least the chicken wasn't dry. I can honestly give them the props for that. Chicken was not dry.
It wasn't dry.
It was just there.
Flavorless.
It was just
No,
there.
and their waffle fries.
I know, waffle fries.
I'm
like-
used to Carl's Jr. caliber where they're
Thank
seasoned, they're
you.
crispy.
Seasoned,
Exactly.
crispy, salt.
Chick-fil-A, I had them when I lived out in Georgia, like in the early 2000s, and I just remember the waffle fries, amazing. Oh my God, these are the limpest, soggiest.
And they're still limp and
how
soggy,
are-
girl.
How are you in the South and don't know how to use seasoning?
Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering as well. How is it, and here's the thing. There were different races eating at this Chick-fil-A. It wasn't like there were a bunch of white people there because I call this white people food. And it's like,
No,
but
it's-
Chris, you're white. This
It's
is
old white people.
It's
Yeah,
old white people food.
thank you.
Come over and have my grandma's chicken. And your grandma's like this old white woman
It's just butter, salt, and pepper.
Makes the best butter, salt, and pepper. I don't even think their shit had salt and pepper.
No, not even that.
And it
There's
had a
no
piece
salt.
of cheese, and I
There's
was
no
like,
salt in that bitch.
I'm looking at her, and I'm like, this is really shitty. And she's like, yeah.
It is.
Um,
and we were so mad. We were
Shane
so
actually
mad.
commented he doesn't like In-N-Out. You can't hurt anyone's feelings.
No. I know a lot of
It's
people that
everyone's
don't.
preference.
I know a lot of people that
I know a
don't
lot of
like
people
it.
that hate In-N-Out as well. Miss S, do you have one?
I actually, it's not a fast food restaurant.
No, that's
but
fine.
I know it's going to ruffle a lot of Fresno feathers. Pismo's.
Sorry, fuck Pismo's.
We've never eaten at Pismo's, but I heard it's very
I heard
overrated.
It's very bad.
We were actually just talking on the break how I'm kind of a snob with fish and chips.
Ah, yes.
Since I am from I'm from England. That's my dish. I'm very particular about it. So went to Pismo's, tried their fish and chips. They put this plate in front of me. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
What have you brought me?
It's like it's puffy.
It's just puffy. It's just there,
Yeah,
right?
no,
I've
the batter that they use is like this fluffy puff. It's like half an inch of fluffy.
Itty bitty little bit of peach
Like,
in there.
I can't eat this. Like, this is embarrassing.
I've had so
for
many.
you.
I've had, including you. I've had so many friends and family that have
I've
eaten
had
there, and
so
they're
many people
disappointed.
that do not like
And
Pismo's.
yeah, I know so many people.
But
that
yet,
don't
it's
know.
always fucking packed. There's always tons of people there.
Right, and everybody, like most people that I know, like they rave about Pismo's as a place to go. I can't wait to go to like. No. If you can't get fish and chips right, fuck you.
That is horrible. Now, let's see, Mr. S. I got deep fried lemon and jalapenos
Oh,
from
yeah,
them
no, that was the
in a
same.
deep fried calamari dish. Well, that's fucking not what you're supposed to get.
Yeah, no, that was the same time I got the horrific fish and chips. He's eating the calamari. And they had hidden deep fried lemons and deep fried lemon wedges
who
and deep
does
fried
that?
like it's not on the menu.
That
There's no
sucks.
indication. It's like surprise. Here's shit. in your
Here's some
face.
shit
Just
right there
confirms
for
we
you.
should never have them.
Another place that we don't like that got highly recommended to us, and we ate there just. It's always by
It was
out of
in
necessity.
Vegas.
We were in Vegas, Nacho Daddy in Vegas. If you
Nacho
love
Daddy's
Nacho Daddy,
trash.
have that shit. But again, white people food. That's white people
Yeah.
Mexican food.
Dude,
It is not
Who
seasoned.
says it's shredded chicken? It was literally like canned chicken.
It was like I don't know. It was
Oh,
not
that
good.
stuff tastes like cat
Another
food.
place we
Yeah.
don't like. I love their style. And what I mean by style, I love how they have 30 toppings and let you put it on anything. But I don't like the place. I wish another place did that style. And I'm talking about
Yeah.
Five Guys. Five Guys. I'm talking about you. If
I
anybody
hate
loves
Five
Five Guys,
Guys.
we're not hurting feelings. It's just it's a little pricey.
For what they
And the
give
fries
you.
aren't my favorite. But I love that concept that you have
Yeah, the
what 30
concept is
fucking
great.
toppings,
Right.
and I can put as much as I want of fucking any, and you're not gonna
Yeah.
give me a weird look. You want more? Yes, I want more. I just wish more places. I thought that was gonna be a new thing in restaurants once, like somebody like Five Guys premiered. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, watch some other burger joints and start to bite on this style, and I wish more would,
Yeah.
because I hate that they're the only ones that do that. Another place, and I don't mean to pick on it because I don't frequent it a lot at all. I'm so sorry, Tahoe Joe's. I'm so sorry for anyone that likes Tahoe Joe's.
They're mediocre at best.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's okay.
That's
That's
what
what
I'm
I mean.
saying. Like,
Okay, and
they're
I'm so
not-
sorry. When we thought of this topic, and this will be the last one we talk about. I'm so sorry. We're probably like losing people. They're like, fuck you, fuck.
Actually, I'll
we
say
need
right now,
all
hot
of
dog
you
on a
now.
stick.
Oh, she doesn't like hot dog on a stick.
I don't like hot
Oh,
dog on a
me and
stick.
Ed's.
Oh, really? Oh, see, there you go. A Valley favorite. She doesn't like me and Ed's. My mom despises.
I used to love me and Ed's, but the past like 2 years, they've been
And
competing
you've told us
with
about this. Yeah.
Well,
how bad can we make their pizza?
Yeah,
How undercooked
exactly.
can we make it?
And for me, with Tahoe Joe's, it was because the first time I went there, it was 2 days after I went to Cattleman's in Selma. I love me some Cattleman's in Selma.
Cattleman's
And
is
a
the
friend
best.
was like, "You haven't had Joe's steak or whatever
Even
one.
the
It's
steak
a
itself
special
is so
one.
different.
It's a
Like-
special one with cheese on it or something at Tahoe Joe's." So 2 nights later, this friend of mine took me to Tahoe Joe's, and I was like, "Man, this place is not getting a fucking fair shake from me. I'm coming 2 days off of fucking Cattleman's." And and Shane's saying the same thing. He's saying thumbs down to Tahoe Joe's, and me and Ed's has gotten bad. Man.
Yeah, and it's really disappointing because me and Ed's was, like everyone says, it was a Valley favorite, and now it's just starting to. It really breaks my heart because I love me and Ed's, and it really breaks my
Well-
heart. We haven't had them in a while.
That was the
so I'm really
place
scared.
to go after the soccer games in
Yeah,
elementary
that was the
school.
place
Everywhere.
to go, man.
Everybody would go there. Well, we have certainly learned a lot tonight on episode 418 of Sex, Drugs, Kris DeVold. Have we not, guys? We've learned that KFC makes a pretty darn good deep fried turkey.
I did
Yeah,
not know
Right?
that.
We've learned that
They're
the
fucking
last
solid.
2 episodes of the year have live musical guests. Hey, even in times of the COVID, huh? We've learned, let me say, Cunt, is that what, 4?
Cunt.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's 5.
Now it's 5.
There we go. There we go.
And make sure the safety's on.
Yeah, and then we've learned
Please
make sure the safety's on if you're going to masturbate with a gun, things I never thought I'd say. We've
just
also
don't.
learned that Kendra Crump, comedian out of Atlanta, Georgia, totally rocks. Give it up for Kendra Crump again. Staying up past
So
her bedtime.
good.
Give it up for the genius that is the board op of Michael. We will be here. Kurt and the Grooveberries. We're running over time here. Kurt and the Grooveberries for December 23rd episode when we're back live. And then also the last episode of the year, the 420 episode, the 420th episode, Mars King. It's going to be a huge party. Get down to CentralValleyTalk.com. You're invited every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Or keep watching on CentralValleyTalk.com, Facebook Live, or YouTube. For Kris DeVold, for everybody here at CentralValleyTalk.com, Mrs. S, my wife Lickety Lindsay, and Michael, we will see you in 2 Thursdays. Peace out!